Well, we're reaching the critical point now. We're sitting dead at 212. Been there for several hours. What it is, when you're boiling this cane juice, it'll stay at 212 until you cook the water out. Once the water's cooked out of the juice, then your temperature will start to rise. Everybody's got their own temperature. Some like 224, 225, 226. Not really a set in concrete temperature you have to cook it to, I don't suppose. But myself, I like 226. I don't know if I'm gonna make it because the sun's going down. It's getting late. It's been an all-day deal. We still got to bottle it up too after we get it cooked down. But it smells good. It looks good. It's got a nice caramel color. I believe it's going to be a good batch. Didn't seem to be very much trash in it. My filter system with them croaker sacks worked pretty good. But we'll know here probably in about another hour. It'll be dark, but it should be syrup by then. Don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to video this for you. The sun's done gone down. I've got the lights on my barn, but ain't no lights under my cooking shed here, so we might be finishing this up with flashlights. But if you look down there in that pot, that is some pretty golden brown syrup, just about there. Still trying to get the water boiled out of it. We're coming up on 6 hours now. This is the longest I've ever had to cook a batch. I don't know. I didn't use a lot of pine this time. I used oak. I think that was my mistake. Doesn't burn as hot as that old fat lighter pine, you know. But this is the critical part. Don't want to get it too hot. Burn it. It sure does look pretty though. All right, well, if it gets dark and I can't film it for you, I guess I can start up there when I take it up to the kitchen on the back and get on the back porch and try to bottle it up. Sure smells good too. All right. We'll see how Father Time plays out for us.
Oh, it's coming back up now. It's
See,
getting...
look, there it is. It's coming out.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's getting...
What's the temperature?
It went down a little bit. It's like 210, 211.
Look at the bubbles.
All right, by doing this, it cools it off. Shine that on the syrup. Okay, you see the color? That's what I'm checking. Make sure we ain't burning it. Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Pretty fantastic. Yeah, whenever we went to the Pioneer thing...
it like gets real syrupy?
Yeah, it gets thick.
Yeah, that's just the really hot, thin syrup. But whenever it cools, it gets super thick. Or not super thick, but thick. It gets thick.
Syrupy.
Yeah.
Well, keep an eye on that temperature for me now.
At the
Really,
Pioneer
212,
thing,
yeah.
I remember when they were getting it, all the bubbles were coming up. Like now, they're raising now. And they'd wash over.
Expanding like crazy.
Yeah, they'd wash over the
Oh, it's
sides.
starting to jump.
No, not yet. When it goes to jumping, you'll know it.
Ooh.
You see those pieces of trash casing?
Yeah.
See if you can get them.
Yes, I know.
There's one.
Just you pour it over.
Yeah.
It won't hurt. If you dip it up, you can pour it over. Like right there over there.
Glasses are fogging up.
You know that's not got no water in it because it ain't even splashing when you pour it.
And they still got some in it. What's our temperature now?
211. 211 and a half.
All right, 211.
Oh, it's a nice caramel color now. It's darker. You see any
There's some
trash
trash over here.
dipped in the area? Oh yeah, I do see it. There you go. You got some of it. Careful with the
If
metal.
we drop that in there, we're screwed.
Yeah, we gotta have that.
Careful with the metal around it though. Just try not to touch it.
Don't look like we burned it yet. Still caramel color, doesn't
There's
it?
some right there. Right here. There it is.
All right, let's leave it alone for just a second.
Everything?
Well, you clean that off. You got to keep that down in the bottom. So that, there's not that much stuff in there. It looks full, but there's only about that much.
Yeah, it's just bubbles up here.
Yeah. Let's see how much hotter that little bit of pine was.
Look at all this foam coming up on the side. I remember they had
Every time you let it go, it starts climbing.
they had
Mhm.
like 2 rings, right?
Yeah.
What does that do?
Well, right now I can't. I'm not gonna. Here, put your thing over the thing. Remember they put the burlap bags in between them,
Oh yeah,
and that works as a filter.
that's like a secondary filter.
Yep. And then the syrup runs back, and the rag filter it for you. But
Okay.
we don't have that quite set up that way. That's why we're
So-
doing. That's why we're doing it the way we're doing it right now.
So when it boils up and then it starts to foam everywhere, it just goes over the side.
Right, and it goes right back in the kettle.
Right back into the kettle.
Yeah. All right, dump that over. As long as I keep pouring it back in, it keeps it
Cool.
It keeps it cooler. What's our temperature, Brody?
We're at like 215.
215.
213, 213. We're going down as you do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's also
let's-
pouring it right on the thing.
All right, let's let it get that temperature up.
As soon as it gets like 214, it starts doing that like that.
Here it goes.
Let's fix it, start jumping.
Jumping.
Mm-hmm.
So by cooling it, we're giving it more time to finish, right?
Well, we're keeping it from burning. When we're keeping it cooler, we're not letting it burn.
Let me know if you see any pieces. There's one right here.
There's not a whole lot. Just a little bit of black specks on the top.
Yeah, that's coming off the kettle probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from the
The rust and stuff on the kettle, but that's all right.
I mean, that scraping the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. It's coming up.
What's the temperature?
212.
Okay, it's two. It says it reading 212.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that means it's
15.
14.
214.
Oh yeah. You add 2,
Add 2 to it.
not 3. My bad. Sift. Did I get some? Yeah, I did. The sides starting to leave some foam. Yeah, it's probably better to dip them out of the pot because you can get under it. This just kind of pushes it some of them. There we go.
You're like, there's a fish down in there, don't it?
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like there's a
Yes.
catfish or something, or a mudfish.
It's a syrup fish.
it with biscuits. Ooh. So hot, my nuts are itching.
So we're
I'm
going for
sweating.
whenever the gauge hits 220.
Yep.
Got it. Big one.
That's some nice looking syrup.
Sure smells good.
Yeah, imagine where